It's ironic. We've never been further apart, yet we've never been more connected. And in that spirit, thanks for joining us here for these conversations on how small business moves forward. And really, it's about leading together in the face of these unpredictable times. This is Maggie. Maggie is our Beagle Mix Rescue, and we've had her about a year, and she's just making a quick appearance to say hello to our good friend Scott Ritchey, joining us all the way from Louisville, Kentucky. And Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a VP with Plumbers Supply Company. I know you've got a number of distribution warehouses on the go, and you're responsible for supplying literally thousands of plumbing and heating and air conditioning companies. And we're having these conversations, as you know, all around the idea of how's everything being impacted in your world?
Well, Gareth, thanks for having me. And, it's a great question because we have been deemed essential. So with the coronavirus, as you know, many states are now shutting down or going to stay-at-home policies. And we supply thousands of HVAC and plumbing contractors who are deemed essential to help people with their heating and cooling needs. So we're still allowed to operate, thank goodness. But as you said, we're in 2 states, Indiana and Kentucky. We have 12 branch locations, and we serve thousands of customers.
And if there's a theme for our conversation today, Scott, it would be on that one word, essential. What, in your opinion, because you are on the front lines of business and especially small business, what's essential right now in your estimation and what you're seeing in terms of what do people need to know about small business and how it moves forward?
Well, I think there's 3 things that are essential. First and foremost is the health and safety of our employees and our client contractors. So we've put in a lot of policies in place to make sure that we're protecting them. It's their health and well-being that we're primarily focused on. Secondly is the health, and I call it the financial health. As you know, I do a lot of financial consulting and advising. And one of the things that I'm most afraid of is our average client has a 17-day working capital, right? So that's not much. So if you go to a 2-week shutdown or a 30-day shutdown or a 45-day shutdown, even though these guys are essential, you have the fear factor of people. Do they want to spend money now? Do they want people in their homes? They're afraid as well. So I'm advising everybody with the new SBA guidelines that the U.S. government has just put out, to where these guys can get loans now up to $2 million to pay for operational expenses. You know, before they were for kind of like disaster relief. Did you have damaged equipment? But the United States government has eased those guidelines now just so these guys can operate. So my mission today is I'm sending out a little video on advising them how to do that. We have sent out email communications, and now letters will go out advising all our clients. It's essential they remain financially healthy. How do we help them, right? So it's essential. So we're trying to get out that information. And then the last essential for us is, how do we manage that business that we're going to have, and how do we manage the business we're not going to have? So we're kind of just putting things in place, getting information out there to find out what the financial impact could be for us over the next maybe 4 to 8 weeks, and how do we prepare in-house to support our employees, not their health now, but financially. What programs are we going to have in place to help them there? So those are the 3 things I deem essential right now.
You know, Scott, as I listen to you, I'm struck by the fact that the more uncertain the times, the more certain I am of the innate human ability to create new solutions. And it sounds like that's exactly what you folks are doing out there in Louisville, Kentucky, with all the customers that you serve. What do you think is essential in terms right now, in terms of inspiring confidence? What are your thoughts on that?
It's so funny you said that. I sent out a communication to all managers today that the first thing we can do is be positive around our people, be calm, because the fear level is going to start to grow. So the message is, hey, listen, it's a great day, and we're open, and we're going to take care of people. Today, we are going to serve people. So let's be a little bit more tolerant, because they might be having more stress. But let's be that voice out there from our company that, hey, we're here to do things right for you. We're still going to take care of you. All is calm. We will defeat this virus, just as President Trump says we will, and just move forward with our day-to-day operations.
You know, I know we've known each other personally for a little while, more than a year now, but I'm just wondering, Scott, where are you getting your inspiration? Are you watching movies, reading certain books? Like, what are you doing to stay positive and upbeat?
Well, first, and you know me, so I'm a really upbeat, positive person to begin with, but hey, I'm a realist too. So for me, just staying informed so that I can give the best information, not only to our employees and our team members and our leadership council, but my family as well, right? And really, it's a strong faith. We have a very strong Christian faith in my family, and Gare, that's, we have to lean on that. He's in charge. So we table that. We say we know who's in charge, but from a practical day-to-day standpoint, it's just that, hey, this country's been faced with these type of trials before in the past, and we always, like you said, the human spirit always rises. So what we're starting to see is people take this more serious. That's a good thing, because that way, that inspires confidence that people are doing the right thing. So the more we listen to what our government's telling us to do to protect others, I think that's an inspiring thing. So our focus is, let's protect others, and therefore we'll be protected.
And as you know, Scott, we're sharing these conversations openly on social media, intended primarily for small business folks, people who own small businesses, who have key positions inside small businesses. What advice or insights would you share right now for anyone who's operating a small business, no matter what the industry or product service category?
I think they have to recognize that everybody views them as important. What I mean, not customers, but the federal government realizes that, hey, we just can't have a collapse. So what I'm trying to tell them is, look, it changes every day. New programs come out. Our Senate and Congress are now working on a $3 trillion relief package. That's going to impact them. It's going to give assistance to their employees. So remember, your employees are going to be taken care of by the federal government as well. And you guys have to just maintain focus on your business, watching how the lack of sales may be impacting your business. Again, reaching out to the programs that are available for you to get through this. But the bottom line is, you're essential. Again, getting back to that theme, they are essential, and therefore they are going to make it. They will come out of this. In fact, we're going to come out of it stronger due to pent-up demand. This is like taking a big vacation for everybody, but when you get back, now you need stuff. So now everybody will be back to buying, and it'll be back to business as usual. So don't have fear. Have a realistic perspective on your business. Have your pulse on that business, but don't have fear, because there's going to be a lot of programs come out from your vendor partners, from the government. Everybody wants you to succeed. So relax in that and do what you can do. I always tell my team, control what you can control, or that you can impact. All the other stuff is just noise. Don't worry about the noise. Follow and control what you can control.
Hey, Scott, thanks so much for sharing that. Really appreciate you joining us on these conversations on how small business can move forward. Thanks again.
Gare, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on.
Yeah, some essential stuff from my friend Scott Ritchey, based in Louisville, Kentucky. Essential more than ever that we somehow stay together and stay focused with practical optimism, as Scott mentioned here, in these very unpredictable times. Until next time, we look forward to more conversations with how small business can move forward.